Hi everyone, I'm Melissa. Now I'm gonna present my article about ELT. The article's name is The Use of Other Initiated Self-Repair Patterns by Adult Learners in an English-Speaking Course. And the writers of the article are Yasemin Koyak and Eda Üstüner. If you are ready, let's start it. And research aim. What's the main target of the study? Let's look at it. The aim of the study is to investigate the use of other initiated self-repair patterns of adult learners in an English-speaking course. And research questions. In this page, there are research questions about the study. These questions help us to shape our thoughts about study. And the first question is, what categories of troubles in other initiated self-repair organization are utilized by the support of the adult learners or teacher frequently? And the second question is, what are the reasons and thoughts about the adult learners about repairing trouble in interaction regarding the interviews? And the last question, regarding the analysis of the interviews, what answers do the learners state about the repair and challenge they have had in English? And yeah, what's the problem of the study? Commonly, using English, there are many mistakes such as mispronunciation, grammatically incorrect sentences, and this study offers many reasonable choices like scaffolding, defined as assistance from the adult to the child or novice, is applied to facilitate the particular learners to accomplish the utterances in an English spoken interaction. And what's the importance of this study? What features that this study differ from other studies? Let's look at. With reference to the importance of the study, OISR, that is applied by adult learners professionalizing as academicians have not been investigated in an English-speaking interaction in the field of repair organization of CA in Turkey once the literature is reviewed. Therefore, it might be beneficial to ascertain why adult learners should use OISR in English conversations. Besides the categories that are revealed by the learners during the conversation may be mean of enlightenment for the researcher to uncover the techniques used to initiate and repair the trouble. And in this page, there is literature review. There are many studies about this issue, and some of them are in this page with examples. Considering the other initiated self-repair, several formats of studies have been analyzed. In the view of DRIV, OISR, including the open class representation, one in a conversation happens in two discrete ways. The first initiator clause is relevant to the change, shift in a topic that exists abruptly. Also inconvenient and disaffiliated responses of the speaker led the recipient to use the initiator of open class repair. Besides, a study by Shagel shows demonstrated that certain same words, such as oh, what, used in conversation have different meanings and positions. Therefore, the words might lead the recipients to start the initiation or cause that speaker to start the trouble source, which leads to breakdown in communication because of certain factors. And in this page, there is a methodology. The first part is participants. Who are the participants that enlighten these studies. In this study, 12 adult learners, 4 female, 8 male, who were the academicians in different departments at Mulla Sıtkı Koçman University, took the B1 level English speaking course to develop their academic speaking skills in the spring semester of 2019. The teacher was the researcher of this study. And the B, second part, instruments, which means are used to gather data. Let's look at video recorded data. In order to gather data for verbal and nonverbal communication, the researchers used a digital recorder that recorded the audio of the students' interaction in the classroom as well. And the other one, semi-constructed interviews. In the beginning, the participants were informed about the process by the teacher. When the adult learners were ready to launch the interview, teacher started the interview by utilizing the voice recorder application on the phone. And the C, data analysis. In this research, 2 different analyzing programs, Transana 2.10 and Word 2016, were used. Transana 2.10 is a software program which offers users to have easy access to the standard convention of C.A. Jefferson. Each participant was specified with the initial letters of their pseudo names. Furthermore, each sequence was numbered line by line. And there are results. The sentences answer to the research questions. First answer to the first question. Considering the first research question about what categories of troubles of OISR organization have been used by the adult learners or teacher commonly, it's clear that the category of negotiation of meaning is implemented by both adult learners and teacher frequently in terms of the initiation of the troubles when compared with the other categories such as grammatical correction, readjustment of pronunciation, and code switching. And the second answer to the second question, let's look at related to this question. The adult learners believe that both the teacher and classmates may assist in revealing their repair by the help of their initiation of the trouble. In contrast, certain learners prefer simply the teacher to repair, which means to initiate the trouble since the teacher is considered as a specialist in this field. And adult learners don't depend on the repair of their classmates for the fear that the classmates might make some mistakes, same mistakes. And the third question, third answer to the third questions. Considering the initiation of trouble and TS, the adult learners state that forgetting the words that are not applied frequently, not being able to practice the target language, and fear of not being promoted to create the language in an utterance, lead the learners to emerge the TS, which might cause the breakdowns in conversation. And in this page, there is discussion. In the study of Pika, as cited in Horton-san, is demonstrated, showed that the negotiation of meaning might provide the learners to accomplish the process of language learning by assisting the learners to make comprehensible input and repair their output. Moreover, Theo agrees that the negotiation of meaning with the strategies contributes to learners getting involved in communicative tasks actively and developing their English level in favor of the initiations and repair the learners. Regarding the strategies indicated in the study of Hua and Ha, it's agreed that the application of the strategies by the teacher might have great significance in teaching the spoken interaction to their B2 level English learners. Moreover, it's stated that specific strategies are implemented to achieve intersubjectivity in case of students' failures. And in this page, there are implications, what we infer from the study, and which suggestions are made. Let's look at, with respect to the study, it has been comprehended that the category of negotiation of meaning as a strategy is the most utilized one between the conversation of the adult learners or teacher and adult learners, whereas the least utilized categories are grammatical correction in the conversation between the learners and code switching between teacher and learner. Starting from this point of view, it might be called up that the adult learners focus on the semantic functions of the language rather than the linguistic structures of the language to be able to maintain the conversation by hindering the ambiguity of the speech. In general terms, the least used categories are relevant to the background knowledge or the English level of the present speaker when considering the modification of the treble to provide a speech that causes no breakdowns in conversation. In connection with the EFL teachers, it's suggested that the teachers might apply the corrective feedback by utilizing other initiations to promote and encourage the learners to notice their mistakes and repair their trouble in conversation. And in this page, there are limitations. Let's look at, although the video-based data and interviews with 7 adult learners contributed the researcher to obtain the target of the study, the triangulation to strengthen the data with more than 2 instruments might have been implemented. Besides, the study comprises a small-scale sample because of the number of participants. Therefore, more data related to ISR and their use with certain strategies might be revealed with the large-scale sample. And that's the end of my presentation. Thanks for listening.